A bit breezy. Monday. I got my August hammered. Coming in on 19 on the Manticore. It looks like it might be a hammered. So that's August sorted. It's Monday. Stormy Monday. Blimey. It's a hammered alright. Blimey. Can't see much on that side to give us anything of a clue. Let's have a look this side, see if we can at least work out whether it's a long cross or a short cross. No, it's a voided long cross. I can tell you that much. And that's probably about all I can tell you, to be honest. There you go, voided long cross. Seems to have some very strange pellets in the quarters. I can see pellets, and then I can see looks like not pellets, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Looks more like a head of some sort. Can't be. Well, it definitely doesn't look like pellets. There's pellets in the quarters and then something else in the opposite quarters. So I'm not quite sure on this one. Unless it's just my eyes and it's just damage. Probably just damage. It's a voided long cross. Smashed to death on that side. Looks like it's been through some sort of sharp machinery and out the other end. But it'll do. Well, this howling. Storm Florence, I think it's called. We're pretty sure we got a jetton there. And we'll see if we can get some squirty on it. Tricky one-handed. Here's the jetton. Oh, it's quite a nice one actually. Sorry about the filming. I'm gonna have to sort this out because it's just not acceptable. There you go. It's almost like a long cross. Lovely green patina. And this side's a bit more mullered, but it's actually got I'm not sure what it's got, to be honest. Not sure if it's fleur-de-lis or little crowns and letters around a hole. Oh, actually, it's Edward's head. Look, you can see now the crown at the top, the dots actually in the middle of his face and his hair. So it's early Edward jetton, English jetton. Nice. Well, you gotta love a sunbather. It's got a signal. Just look down, and there it was. Oh, does that not look like a hammy? And it's Tom back. Cracking. Here we go, another little, hopefully it's a little hammy. Just come up. Done no more than this at the moment, so we'll see together. Yep, it is a tiny little farthing by the looks of it. The other side's got the fold on it, in which we'll have the portrait on it. Give me a second. Well, I cleaned it a little bit, but I can't quite make out which way up it is. There's a little bit of a cross there, so I presume that's the top of his head, so I think it's that way round. A little Edward farthing of some sort. Excellent. Well, there's no doubt about it. The Manticore is picking up small silvers. That's a slightly damaged cut quarter. This is a little short cross, or would have been a little short cross, but the Manti's picking it up, but come in at a 9 on the numbers with a low tone. So don't ignore those low tones. Excellent. Well, just had another nice come in on the 23 on the Manti. So get some, hoping it's a hammered, I'm not sure yet. We're about to find out together. It's looking a bit silvery. Well, it is a hammered, but I can't quite work out what it is yet. See if we get a bit more of a clue off the other side. Yep, it's a daisy. Still bone dry. Oh, there we go. Hammy number 3 in a little session. That's a bit of a, looks like a York mint of some sort. Sometimes they can be Irish with that bit in the middle, but it's mostly York. And there ain't a lot to go on the back side, unfortunately. On the obverse, there's not an awful lot to go on. I might just be able to see something, but don't know. Anyway, they all count. Oh, good afternoon, YouTubers. Looks like we've got a bit of luck here. Looks like I may have found myself a little silver Celtic. And that is Celtic, all right. Looks like a bird's head in the middle. I'm probably looking at it all upside down at the moment. I can't recall seeing anything quite like that. It's a silver unit. Can't see a horse. Oh, maybe there's the tail, the back leg with the dot going up to the head, but it's quite unusual, unless it's that way up with the front legs. Oh, it could be that way up. I don't think there's a lot, if anything, on the opposite outside. Possibly a moon head there, possibly, but happy days. Celtic silver, absolutely superb. Hello, I've been quite lucky on the coins this month. So this was a Celtic unit that I found, a tiny little silver. Best guess is that it's a Wombra, could be a Wombra wheels, but having this branch in front of the horse's neck could be a new type, never recorded before. If you've got any information on it, let me know. So there is a moon head there somewhere, you've got a job to see it, but it's there, I think, that way up. Just see his nose, the point, but lovely little silver unit. It'd be fantastic if it was a unrecorded type. You can see there's a stylized horse with like a fern under his chin. So that's pretty interesting and could well be an unrecorded type. That's typical. Been out for a couple of hours and about 20 yards from getting to the car and had a lovely sweet signal. I'm pretty sure we got a hammy. We have. Quite a nice one as well. Even the sun's coming out. So yeah. Chuffed with that. Didn't think I was going to be getting a silver. And then bang. A lovely Edward. So I'm not sure if I can see what mint it is. Civitas, well caught, sir. No, can't quite make out the mint. But it's quite a clean coin. I'm well chuffed with that. Excellent. Okay, this was one of the hammers that we're actually able to get an ID from. Most of the hammies, unfortunately, come up this month have been completely mullered, but managed to get a good ID on this one. It's a lovely little coin. Not too bad at all. We always like a hammy. So this was hard to hold is what it was. Right. It is it's an Edward II, and my guru for my coins, Mr. Pete Vernon, says it's a type class 15A, which is not very common apparently. So he was quite pleased to see that, and I was very pleased to see it as well. Very nice indeed. It's a Canterbury mint, Civitas Cantor it says on the back, and it's a nice little portrait this side. So it's a Edward II Canterbury mint class 15. Very nice coin indeed. Well, with the 9th this morning, walked onto the field. First signal, fibula. Lovely fibula brooch. Everybody else has walked in, literally in the gate.
Not me.
Everybody else walked over it. And there you go. Super little find. Excellent. This one came up on a dig with the 9th region. Lovely find. It's a Colchester type Roman brooch, 2-piece, so the spring is separate to the actual body. Nice decoration on this one. Little zigzags down the side. Nice big catch plate, a little bit of decoration on the top. And they might have had a loop on, so there'd have been a pair of them. But it's a lovely little Colchester type Roman brooch around the 1st century AD. So again, very nice little find. First signal on the field. Excellent. Hello YouTubers. Well, persistence has paid off. I've been going up and down unbelievably dry stubble field with hardly a signal, and then look at that. I saw that sticking out the ground. I thought it was a little bit of electric, and then that followed. It looks like a saxon, like a little saxon clothes hook, a sock hook. I'm trying to see if I have got some squirty somewhere, but the squirty's not really. Oh, I say it. No, it is. I think there is some ring dot decoration. There is. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 ring dots, and a little raised, almost zoomorphic head. I would say it was a zoomorphic head on that clothes hook. What a superb little thing. That's hard earned today, I can tell you. Wow, never seen one with a zoomorphic head on it before. So it's going to be around 700-800 AD, somewhere around there. Absolutely fantastic. Chuffed with that. This was a lovely find later on in August. It's an Anglo-Saxon hook, clothes hook, with the 4 dot ring dot decoration. It's also got a little zoomorphic head halfway up. This is quite unusual. I've never seen one of those before. The clothes were mostly wool and cotton made, so they were quite loose. So I think they used to hook into the clothes, not necessarily have another part that it was hooked into. So they sew them on this side and then just pull it across and hook it into the fabric the other side. So sometimes they used as socks and jackets and all sorts of stuff. But again, very, very nice. Somewhere around 700, 750 AD, Saxon period. Beautiful little object. Amazing that it stayed in one piece for all these years after the plough and the discs and everything, and rollers are all over it. But very happy with that one. Beautiful little find. Well, I'm out with Elite today. Little dig. They've got lots of excitement going on, and I've just got my own excitement as well. If you see that tiny little coin, I just got myself a skeet. So I'm just gonna give it some squirty, see what we got. Wow, not quite sure what's going on there. Can't quite make it out. And likewise, I can't quite make out what's going on there at the other side either. Little bit of crud on it, but it's a lovely little skeet. Excellent. Well, I have been lucky enough to find some lovely Saxon coins this month. This is a type V, I believe. It's Romulus and Remus under a she-wolf that side. You can see the twins, and the head of the wolf is here. Yeah, you need a bit of imagination, and no, I haven't cleaned it very much. And on this side there is a bird pecking on a fruit. You see his feet out to the side at the bottom, and he's pecking on some fruit on a tree or something. So again, these are this one's fairly early, I think. So again, Saxon period, around 700, 800 AD, something like that. So that's rather beautiful. I've also managed to get this rather fantastic one. This has got a person holding a cross and an eagle or a bird on the left hand side. I think this is a type K. There's a lovely skeet books that give you all the information you need. And then there's a king's head looking right. Hair scrolls behind him. And he's holding a chalice which looks like bubbles coming out of it. So it looks like he's on the champagne, but I don't suppose that's what it is. But it is a chalice. And this side, the person is actually represented as standing in a boat, the big crescent shaped underneath his feet. So again, superb find. Love these. They're difficult to find. They're tiny. They're less than 5mm across. So when you do find them, it's always a joy. Excellent. Well, I've just been lucky enough again. I think I might have had another little skeet come up. So we're just going to get some squirty on it. If I can find my squirty. And give it a bit of a clean. Oh, that looks nice. Looks like a... Yeah, I know, don't rub it. Don't tell me about it. Looks like a man holding a staff and something on that side. And let's have a look, see what we got on this. Oh, and it's some sort of beast. Can't quite make it out. Some sort of beast on this side, quite clear. No horn silver. Excellent. I like that. Right, good morning, YouTubers. I'm out on some very flat, rolled and drilled land. I'm out with the Mythtech, the Coiltech Mythtech 18-inch, nice and flat, so we could get things. I think I may have had my first silver. It came in at a lovely 25 on the numbers. I'll just zoom in a little bit, and I just had the tiniest little silver. It's as far as I've gone so far. I've no idea what it might be. It might be hammered, it might be milled. Let's have a look together. Oh no, it's a Charles, I think. Tiniest little thing. Look at that. Incredible. Charles II. Presumably it's going to be a penny. Wow. Crowned C. Oh, a little bit of scrape. That's a first for me, I believe. I don't think I've ever had one of them. I'll give it a little bit of scrape. Give it the knee. Would you look at that? Presumably it's a penny. It might be a half p. Half penny Charles II. Beautiful, beautiful portrait. Sorry, I'm trying to film and do everything else at the same time. Well, that's a little stunner. Sorry about any of the wind. Yep, Charles II. Beautiful little coin. That's with the Coiltech Mythtech. Superb. Right, it's out in the pouring rain and the wind and what have you. I've got something here. We can't quite work out what it is. It's possibly silver, possibly a skeet, possibly Roman. So we're going to give it some squirt. Skeet. Beginning to look. Yes, it is. It's an Anglo-Saxon skeet. Pecking bird type, with a shield on the back with roundels, so it'll be minted in Southampton. Hamwick? It's a Hamwick type skeet. Looks slightly debased, but it's still, some of them were, but they generally clean up quite nicely, so it's a that side's not actually too bad.
Again, only yesterday,
so it's got a shield
of August, I was lucky enough to
four
find another
roundels.
skeet.
Actually is very nice now. It's starting to get a bit cleaner.
So it's minted in Southampton.
Superb.
It's got a shield,
and
like
that side's pecking bird
on that side,
which isn't quite so
roundels.
Good. But the shield side is lovely.
The roundels kind of
excellent.
form the shield, the cross, and then you've got the roundels around it. And on this side you've got a pecking bird represented by all sorts of bits and pieces. You see his feet at the bottom and his head is to the right. Lovely details on this one with lots of beading. Again, tiny little find. They are difficult to find, but always an absolute pleasure when they do come up. Thanks for watching.